Hello everyone, and welcome back. So this time we're going to talk about the last line type available to you in SOLIDWORKS. So we've gone over regular lines, we've gone over center lines, and now we're going to look at the midpoint line. Now the midpoint line is still a regular line, it's just drawn differently. With your regular line, you click either endpoint. You start at one end and you go to the other. The midpoint line, you start at the center of a line, and then it will just mirror itself outward wherever you go. It's easier to see this than it is to talk about it. So let's do it. So I'm going to click a midpoint line right here. And as you can see, when I drag it out, whatever I do on one side, it does the opposite on the other. So I can drag it all the way out there if I want to. I can make it horizontal. And you can see that you still see the perpendicular and parallel lines at the end of one of your endpoints. Okay, now why might you do this? Well, one thing you notice is that it's mirroring itself, which can be very helpful. For example, let's say I want to make a big trapezoid. I don't have to worry about centering my trapezoid on this if I use some midpoint lines to draw the base and top of my trapezoid. So if I do it right here and I pull it out here, this is already centered. Now all I have to do is connect the endpoints, and my shape looks good. There you go. It's a perfectly centered trapezoid. It looks nice. It works pretty well. Other reasons you might use this? I mean, it's not as common, but let's say that you had a circle and you wanted to show the lines that are showing the horizontal and vertical point of its center and just extend outward from that. Well, I could use a midpoint line to do that. I go out, and that's perfectly centered on my circle. I do it again, and I go up. That's perfectly centered on my circle. So I have two lines here, both of them centered on my circle. And if I want to, just because I'm not going to use them to make anything, I could use them for construction. And so now I have these two lines that are showing, well, this is perfectly horizontal with the center of my object. This is perfectly vertical with the center of my circle. And these two lines are also centered on my circle, which is very nice. So that's some reasons you might want to do that. Might be helpful. There's a whole lot of other reasons you might want to use midpoint lines. I don't find them as useful in my particular work. However, to each their own. Like I can do whatever I did here with a regular line. So if you practice with them from the beginning, you'll probably find them more useful in the end. I didn't, and so I use regular lines more often, but that's not something that should keep you from doing it. So try them out, see if you find them effective. I know your textbook will use them quite often. Okay, with this we've gone over all different line types, and next time we're going to be jumping into a few of the different shapes that you can draw in SOLIDWORKS. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.